DJ, spin that shit. Finally. Song number 2. I think this one's gonna be a hit. Yeah. We didn't get sued on the first song. So let's see if we can survive another week. Just let it soak in. It's like a Listerine breath strip. You put it on the tongue, it's dissolving, and boom, explosion.
Let's go.
Is this a sign for you right here? Welcome to the Garage with Evan and Friends. Follow us on Podcast Garage on Instagram. Follow us on any podcast media that you, however you get your podcast. To my left, like always, the rookie producer of the year.
What's up?
Mr. Ryan Rickus.
Hey, Dom.
In the corner, whacking off like a creepo with a trench coat, taking care of all the videography, Mr. Mike Bertolini. Mike Bertoline.
Hey guys.
Hello. So I feel like the only appropriate way to start this week's is only us again. I'm a little loud. Sorry. The only way to start this week, it's only us again, just the 3 homies in the garage this week. Rye, we took a bath this week.
Yeah.
Gambling wise. I guess let's start Saturday. So I'll start Saturday. Chelsea got
so you
us.
took a bath Saturday. I didn't take a bath Saturday.
Saturday was fucked up. Good time, just fucked up. So Chelsea got us Sixers tickets for Christmas. Banging game. Good. She wasn't too thrilled with the she wasn't too thrilled with the seats. She's like, I spent so much money on these seats. Like, we should be closer. I'm like, these are good seats.
And not only that, I was talking about this literally today with somebody. It's expensive now.
Yeah, because they're
That's
good.
what happens when the Sixers get good, or when your team gets good. It doesn't have to be the Sixers.
It was a Saturday game against Oklahoma City, so 2 good teams. A Saturday game at 3:30. I was like, beautiful time.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Beautiful timing. Because I had work in the morning. I took a half day. I got done at like 12:30. Got home.
Settle in.
Yeah, here we go. It took us. I'm spreading my butt cheeks apart, like on the seat, where you like go right and you spread the one, and then you go left and you pull the other one off. But if your hair's too long, you like rip one out. And you're like, and so I took the Sixers minus 2.5. First of all, banging game. For anybody who doesn't know, like the Sixers. First of all, the Sixers are 0-19 against the Thunder.
That's what I was going to say. I found that out that day that the Sixers haven't won a game in like, what?
0-19.
Yeah, but they play them, what, twice a year?
Yeah, right. I think it's 0-19 against Russell Westbrook.
There you go.
Fucking bitch. So I took the Sixers minus 2.5, and the game was awesome. And then it comes down to, I don't know, the last minute. We're coming back. We're driving, we're making shots. There's 6 seconds left, and Jimmy Butler steals it at half court. He's on the breakaway. Yo, first of all, he's got a bandana on like he's a Ninja Turtle and shit. You see it?
Yeah, with the
tied in the
dangling.
back. Yeah, he looked like a fucking Karate Kid. Lays it up.
Which you're not allowed to have in high school anymore. You
Good.
can't have the dangling and the knot.
You shouldn't have shit in high school. Yeah, I said it.
But he lays it up.
But he scores, and everyone's going buck wild. I'm hugging some dude ahead of me and shit. I'm like, I'm dancing and shit. Like, hey. Sixers are up 4 or something like that at this point. Maybe even, yeah, because Paul George.
3 probably.
Yeah, because Paul George comes in, gets the inbound. Oh, no, we must have been up 2 because he gets the ball, shoots a 3, fouled on the 3-point shot.
By Jimmy Butler.
What, it was his, see, they take the shot and they like collapse, so it looks like they got speared, but like he might have not even fucking touched them. I didn't get to see the replay. But so he falls, makes the 3 on the foul, shbang. They're up 1. He goes to a free throw. He's an incredible shooter as it is, so sinks the free throw. So now the Thunder are up 2. I have Sixers minus 2.5. So right now I'm losing by a half point. There's 3 seconds.
Sixers minus 2.5.
Yes.
So you're losing by 4.5. Like Sixers were giving points to the Thunder, and the Thunder were already winning.
Right.
So
I don't fucking remember. Anyway, so much gambling going on, I can't keep these numbers right. So all I know is Sixers come down. They missed a shot at the buzzer. Boom, I lose. I lost by a half point is where I was getting at. Whatever the goddamn bet was. I'm looking at it. I'm like, I lost by half. And before I left, we're in Jersey. You can't gamble or do the DraftKings in Philly or Pennsylvania, whatever.
Right.
So before I leave, it goes up. It was at 2. It goes up to 2.5 for some reason. I'm like, what the fuck? I still take it anyway.
And I figured, I actually said, me and my dad were reffing that day, and he was talking about how the Sixers hadn't won in 18 at the time straight
They're
games.
so good at home.
And he was like, yeah, so you can't put any money on the Thunder, or you can't put any money on the Sixers today. And right after he said that, I was like, Ev's going to the game, he definitely bet the Sixers.
Yes.
Because you can't go to the game and then bet against the Sixers.
And not only did I bet the Sixers, as we're having this conversation, I am opening up the DraftKings Sportsbook app, and I will place a bet on the Sixers who are playing the San Antonio Spurs tonight. Now, I was looking at this bet earlier.
Like 4 or something like that, isn't it?
They were minus. Hold on, I'm going to bring it up right now. Sixers, 8 o'clock. They're -2. Now, what I want to do is game parlays.
It was definitely 4 to start, so that's not looking good.
Yeah, well, Ben Simmons is playing. Oh, my God. Where's the game parlays?
Yeah, but Vegas knows that.
Whatever, dude. All right, it's called gambling, not fucking be a bitch about it. So, game parlays. I'm taking the Sixers -2 and the under. Oh, the under went down. So the under over is 224.5. Anybody who doesn't know what the over under means, if there's any girls or any guys who don't gamble, so there's always an over under, and you can take the over or the under. And for example, the Sixers right now are 224.5. So that means each team combined, both teams combined, have to score over 224.5. So really, they need
if you bet the over,
right? So really, they need 225 points.
Right.
That half point always fucks you. Trust me, it fucks you proper.
They're real good at getting it right, too.
So the Sixers score a lot, but the Spurs don't score that much. I'm thinking about taking the Sixers -2. Oh, this is money line. I don't want money line. Oh, it's only money line now?
So money line is you pick that team just to win. There's no spread. There's no
even better
giving or getting points.
Well, then fuck it. Because it's still plus 250. So here we go. I'm making a live bet on the air. Sixers.
And everyone listening to this tomorrow is laughing at you.
Oh, they're going to be laughing their ass off when
you
I
got
lose.
both wrong.
So I'm taking, and trust me, I do not enjoy betting the under, but I think it's going to be competitive. And if the Sixers blow them out, it never hits the over because they take out their starters. But you're not going to blow out the Spurs. They're good, too. So 224, that's 112 to 112.
Yep. It's not that high.
It's not that high.
But if it just went down, that's what I'm saying. Vegas knows what's going on.
Ugh, fuck.
We
Go ahead, Ryan. Keep talking.
We went to Parks on Saturday.
Did you?
Yeah. Not to do any. Well, specifically just because
let
we
people
were
know
looking.
what Parks is.
Oh, sorry. Parks is a casino in Philly. So
super close.
Yeah. So we rode over there because we wanted to see if they had the futures out for MLB because we wanted to take the over. You missed it, didn't you?
No, I got to take the over because the over is plus 250 or 240. The under is 250, which is only $10. I get it, but they think it's going to go over. That's why it's less than the under. Like I would win more if I took the under, so that means they don't think it's going to happen.
Right, and they just moved it down.
I got to take the over. Money line in the over.
What was I saying? Oh, so we went to Parks.
Sorry.
Just to see if they had baseball futures, and futures are bets for who you think's going to win the championship, who you think's going to be the MVP, who you think's going to be. They're all end of the year bets because we were thinking they had just moved the Phillies from 83 to 87 or something like that. And the Phillies have a young team. I'm not super into baseball.
Either am I. But if they get Bryce Harper, obviously they'll jump.
Right, and they have they had a young team last year. They were around that win total last year, so they're just those players getting better. 87 is still a number that I might take the over, let alone if they pick up a Bryce Harper or Manny Machado or one of these ace pitchers. It's going to jump up to 92, 94.
Yeah.
So to get it at 87, I was going to be happy. And you can't do those kind of futures on FanDuel. They only had World Series. I think it's because it's too early, but they're listed in Vegas, so we were like, maybe Parks has it. Let's ride out there. So me and my
You
dad,
drove the park strictly for that?
Yep, strictly for that.
Shit.
And to see they had just opened their sports book like
We gotta hit that up, guys. That's literally like 10 minutes from here.
Like
there's a Chickies in there. We can eat there, drink beers. I don't like how you can smoke when you can gamble. Like that bothers me.
A huge cigar.
That bothers the fuck out of me when someone's smoking right next to you, huh?
But they had
certain tables.
Well, like, you'll go play roulette and there's some fucking Asian just betting $100 a thing. You're like, God damn, son, and he's just ripping bows. I'm like, this isn't the middle of Thailand. Show some respect. Bang on night. And you're just like, shit, dude.
Dude, you ever watch those like the Chinese games?
Yeah, fucking Bagman or whatever it is.
Bagman.
I don't know what it is, but like where it's like literally like a small table with the short chairs.
Oh my god, it's so
dude,
racist.
they win so much money. No, it's amazing.
Well, because they're probably good at it.
Yeah, that's what I'm
saying. You sit down here and lose so much money.
Dude, it's so funny going though, and you just see like the people who are the complete rejects. Like a dude would be in like pajama pants. The dude would be in like pajama pants. I'm like, pussy, you've been here for 2 days. What are you doing? And then there's another guy who will come next to me and he puts down like a card and there's like, oh, here you go, Mr. So and so, and they give him like $1,000 in chips. I'm like, what's on that card? What do you got on that card, motherfucker?
Actually, we went on Monday, not Saturday. Because I'm just remembering this now.
Samsonite. Way off.
My weekend slammed together. I'm sorry. But I was just remembering this because it was
slammed on a Monday?
So slammed, and it was freezing.
MLK Day. Oh,
so
MLK.
Everyone was literally sprinting in because of how cold it was and how far they had to park.
Oh, you went after brunch.
It was so far. Yeah, exactly.
Dude, MLK, I was so glad we had off Monday. It was 1 degree out.
It was so cold.
My pipe froze. I couldn't flush my toilet for 2 days. I was like, oh, God.
Really?
There was shit to the brim.
Really? Is that a true story?
No, I couldn't flush the toilet, but obviously you can just put water in the tank and then it flushes. Because we redid the bathroom, and I remember there was like a hole underneath the deck. I was like, oh, fuck. So I went out there, and I never covered it up from when we did it in, I don't know, May. But it's not copper. You don't do copper anymore. Like, they have like a new plastic pipe and shit. Not PVC, but like a different type one. Trax is for deck. I don't fucking know. Anyway. So all of a sudden I went out there. I was like, God damn it. And I have the shit hanging right behind you too. Like, see that foam shit that goes around the pipe?
Oh, yeah.
And so I had to put
like
that around it.
Yeah,
and then I had real insulation. I filled the hole, and then I had to screw it shut. I'm like, you're such an idiot. Like, you really got to wait till the toilet freezes till you fucking do something, you dope. I never told my dad about that. He would have fucking freaked. We did that fucking 7 months ago.
I told you to do it in May when we did it.
No, wait till you, I'm not coming to fix it if it breaks.
Okay. So that was Saturday/Monday.
Did you do anything in between that, or?
I don't really.
Sunday, I remember. So Saturday, me and Chelsea spent so much money Saturday, so much. Well,
That's the downside of it.
Buying beers and shit. Well, we took an Uber, so like you didn't pay for parking, but like we spent $90.
But you spent $20 on the Uber.
No, we spent $90 on the Uber all day Saturday. Just 90 on Ubers.
Oh, riding around, not 92 there.
Yeah. So to the stadium, and then the stadium took us. Well, we walked over to Xfinity after the game because it's mobbed. So we waited for that to clear out. A couple beers there.
Yeah, we were at Spellbound Brewery.
Yeah, where is that?
Like Mount Holly-ish, I think.
Okay. So
it's super creepy, like how you get there. It's in like the back of a building with no lights and like one sign.
It says gas and fried chicken.
Yeah, and we were like driving around, and there's all these units. It's like Unit 12, which is like all the way around the back.
Pussy
First time paying attention. So we drove all the way around the back, and I was like 95% sure that we were going to get stabbed.
Yeah.
But then once you go in, it's like actually a brewery.
Yeah, this is how House of 1,000 Corpse starts.
Exactly. But
shout out to Rob Zombie.
It's a far drive.
Too far.
It's like a 25-minute Uber.
Yeah, it's no good.
Yeah, I'm not into that.
That's no good.
And the beers weren't even really that good.
Yeah, it's definitely no good.
We struggled to spend our gift card.
Especially when... Oh, you got a gift card? I was going to say, especially when there's the one you go to, like Boardwalk Empire, or whatever that one you go to.
Forgotten Boardwalk.
And then Double Nickel's delicious.
Right.
So there's
I love both of those.
And then right down in Brooklyn, Third Estate.
I haven't been there.
Either have I.
But that's what I'm saying.
The brick wall, and I think they're near each other, and they're good. Oh, no, because Wagner gave me that Third Estate growler right there, and it was real good.
Yeah, so there's
like a chocolate stout.
Two right by me, and they're both really good.
Uh-huh.
So we're like, let's expand out a little bit, but also let's find one that's better.
So we meet each other at PJ's Saturday night. PJ's
yep.
Maple Shade. We meet up with Joe, Erica, and a couple people. And I'm pretty drunk by then. Not like wasted, but pretty drunk. And one of the problems I have when I drink is that I like to eat. So I started ordering food like
dumplings specifically.
Yo, pot stickers. I ordered two.
Yeah.
I ordered some pot stickers and cheesesteak nachos. So the pot stickers come out first. I fucking crush them. I was like, all right, well.
Didn't even say a word to anybody. Just huddled around it like it was prison food.
Was not sharing the pot stickers. So I got done. I got the cheesesteak nachos. They're coming out. They came out. They were fucking banging, delicious. And all of a sudden, I'm still sitting there. I'm like, dude, I need more pot stickers. So I look at the bartender. And I kind of fuck up what I'm going to say, but she just knows I'm a complete idiot. So she's like, you want more pot stickers? I was like, yes. Because I look at her. I was like, can I get another pot stickers? Can I get another pot? Can I get... She was like, you want more pot stickers? I was like, thank you.
Thank you for speaking up.
So I crushed those pot stickers. Wow, what a boring story.
I wasn't going to say anything, but...
what a terrible, boring story.
Yeah, it is.
What else happened? There was something else that was... Oh, what did we start arguing about?
That's what I was just going to say. I was just going to bring that up.
Yeah. We got a delicious argument. Wright told me his best friend learned French from watching Lord of the Rings, and then it went into, like, best bodies.
No,
I was like,
from
what?
Joe's story from Cuba. It wasn't my story.
All right. Tell me Joe's story from Cuba, because I'm a
well,
little saucy.
Joe recently visited Cuba. We should have had him on to tell a story for himself. And... he got like an Airbnb thing, and the people downstairs owned the place that they were staying at upstairs.
Havana.
And the guy that they were talking to get directions to like local places and stuff, said he learned English from watching what movie?
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Which is I'm going to call complete bullshit, because Lord of the Rings, first of all, you don't learn a language from watching the movie.
But what if you have the subtitles on?
And exactly. Well, yeah, because then you brought up the subtitles. I was like, who the fuck brought up subtitles?
I did.
No. And then...
That just doesn't count? Subtitles don't exist?
No, because Joe didn't say anything about subtitles.
But neither did the guy. You don't know.
And then the other part, which is bullshit, Lord of the Rings is not... That's like old English they're talking in. Lord, where art thou? So imagine your fucking travel guide comes up to you and says... Hello there. Art thou here's our streets and old classic vehicles. I learned this from watching Frodo and goblins. Follow me down the road. You're just like, what the fuck is up with this? This dude sounds like Frodo. Or I don't know any of the names.
Maybe that's how he talked. Joe didn't say that's not how he talked.
Bullshit. I call bullshit.
Well, I'm sure he watched other things other than just Lord of the Rings.
Could you imagine watching Mari in Spanish and be like, yo, I got it. You're not the father? You're not the father. That's what it is. Nobody's the father around here. All you Americans, nobody's the father.
Damn right.
I learned Spanish in Mari Bovich.
But you don't think you could learn a language by watching a program, whether it's a movie, a TV show? Don't forget. Doesn't matter what the program is.
I don't know, because I never tried, but I don't think so.
I feel like you could.
Mm-mm.
If you had to learn it. If you had to learn that language, I feel like you can definitely learn it.
See, this is what's crazy, because apparently English is the hardest language to learn, right?
Right.
Which is complete bullshit, because there's no way Mandarin isn't the hardest fucking thing.
Well, I think they're talking about, like, how one word can mean a ton of different things, and you shouldn't use that word in this context because this word's better. Those kind of rules.
I still fuck it up. I know.
Those rules that...
I'll spell there, and I'm just like, ooh, which one do I put?
Right. I think that's... So when somebody says that English is a hard language, that's why. Not because they didn't know the word there.
Okay. And no disrespect to any Spanish people, but you'll start watching, like, Telemundo or anything. There's, like, 5 different Spanishes that people talk, and they are fucking humming through words.
But you'll pick up a word or two from...
Yeah, como te llamas.
Yeah. They'll say como,
I don't know what
and
that
you're like,
means.
como! I know that.
This is a Spanish word. I don't even know what it means. How are you?
Yeah, right?
See.
Bert's not even paying attention.
Bert's playing pool on his phone.
What do we pay you for, Bert? God damn it. Bring up the Spanish language.
Pull up elephant dicks. Elephantitis. It's a different type of species.
So you don't think that you could learn a language that way?
No.
By watching anything. Outside of Telemundo, what if you watched, not Lord of the Rings, but like what if you watched a movie that you liked?
You think you can learn English if you watch The Departed?
I feel like I could. Like if I really wanted to / needed to learn the language,
You can tell people's names. That's it.
I don't know. I feel like maybe you're not just doing that, but you put some subtitles on, read it as he's saying it, and watch it again, and then you start picking up. This is when he says this, this, and this, and I don't have to read the subtitles anymore.
Subtitles are going to help.
Well, subtitles are definitely going to help to start.
I read subtitles. I read subtitles with movies. Still, like right now. Justin's
right.
like, are you really putting on the subtitles again? I said, yeah. I want to know what they're saying.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. So when you watch it over and over, you start to remember those subtitles, and now you're just watching the movie, and you're reading the subtitles in your head as you're not reading the subtitles and listening to what they're saying, and you start putting words together.
I think unless we try this, there's not going to be a real answer.
But also, I don't really have the patience to learn a different language.
Fuck no, I don't have the patience. Oh, what am I going to watch?
But that's what I'm saying. If you're in Cuba, where they just open up the borders to the United States, and there's going to be a lot of
I thought they closed them
United
already.
States tourism. Did they? I don't know.
I don't know either.
But there's going to be a lot of tourists from the United States. You want to make a good impression. You want to make some money from these stupid white people.
How dare you? I will say their trip looked great from the pictures Erica put up. And then after that argument, we got into another argument. What head turners? So this was episode 3 or 4.
Yeah, that's what it was.
This was episode like 3 or 4 or 5 when we did Celebrity Crushes, and they are still mad about it. And not only are they mad about it, they're just saying they're the girls, any girl we have ever talked to in our lives. And it's not that they're mad at who the ones we picked. They are saying that the only reason that you think pick up somebody off your list. The only reason you think
Mila Kunis.
Mila Kunis is hot is because she's a celebrity. I was like, okay, obviously being a celebrity helps.
Right, because they were saying you can pay for
if she was
trainers and you can pay for
if you were to
makeup
walk in
artists.
PJs right now, you would not turn your head and look at her. I was like, you're just saying that too, though. Like, remember, like, I don't know.
Right, and I think so. We were having this argument back and forth, and I don't think
it carried over until Sunday.
Yeah, I don't think you were too active at first.
No, because I was fucking trashed eating dumplings.
But we're having the argument of, okay, even if they aren't head turner, they have an upgrade because they are celebrities and they can pay somebody to do their makeup. They can pay somebody to go get their clothes and all that, to work out and all that kind of stuff. They're still on the upper echelon of the look scale without all that. Like, that's how they got into acting.
As rude as this is, you don't just become an actor just because you're good at acting. That's a plus, but you have to have some type of... Not every actor...
Right.
Actors but
right.
Mila Kunis is a star. She's one of the main people usually.
Right. And it helps that she looks the way that she does.
Just like that dude Lip from Shameless. That dude is ugly as fucking sin.
He looks like he needs to be fucking power washed.
But people post on Facebook and everything, oh, I love him. He's so good looking.
It's because,
no, it's because he's on a fucking...
Now,
he's on a show.
That makes sense. You fall in love with the guy. It's just like when you fall in love with a teacher just because you have her all year, but really she's butt ugly.
Right, but then...
You're just sitting there just like, I'd finger bang her. Yeah, your teacher hot.
Through this whole thing...
Lip looks like he needs to be power washed.
Through this whole thing, you didn't say much, and then you came up with what I thought was the most important line of the night. Who would turn your head? If they're not turning your head, who would? You name somebody who would.
Right.
Because there's people right now that walk into the bar and they turn your head. Mm-hmm. And they're just Joe Schmo from the town over.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Any girl who works out in yoga pants, a dude's turning her. Dudes are just fucking animals.
But that's what I'm saying. It doesn't even have to be that. It just... Sometimes there's just somebody that looks good to you and it turns your head. Whether you're a guy or a girl, or it's a guy or a girl, and it's just some dude who works at the Walmart. You know what I mean?
What bothers me is that they were saying it, but like, if they were to ask me, like, there's plenty of dudes who turn my heads too. I am checking everybody out. Everybody is getting a head-to-toe look from Evan. I want to see, because I can tell what kind of dude you are by the shoes you wear. If you come in with a certain pair of shoes, I can tell you your life story. I'm like, I know exactly what you're wearing. A pair of Jordans that he didn't even wear when he was on the fucking Wizards. Like, you dweeb.
Where did you get those Sambas from?
Yeah,
Reebok Clay.
Yeah, you got that. If you're wearing, Reeboks are back in. Nah. See, I love that. I'm gonna twist this, just end that conversation because that was a 2-day argument. And nothing. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just people expressing their feelings. It's fine.
That's what makes arguments fun.
Yeah, it's just fun. But now going back to like looking at someone's shoes or like what they're wearing and shit, you're just like, okay, so you're wearing this because you think it's in. or you're wearing them shoes because that's the type of friends you have. Like that, all of you wear those. Like everybody, it's weird how you can just really assess somebody from their shoes. If you see cool shoes, you're like, oh, okay, this dude's fun. Or you see some shoes like, all right, this dude's serious, but like at least he has style. But yeah, you can. I had a point. Oh, fashion.
Okay.
So I mean, we're not really in like the fashion game. We're in like downtown Philly, or you go to New York, and like what I hate is fashion is more. People are like, oh, you don't know fashion. Like, no, you're wearing something because it's in. You know what I mean? Like, it's not.
Well, you also create your own fashion, I feel like.
Well, fashion is a trend. So, like, people wear shit. Like, Fila's are back out now. Like, everybody looks like a Hooters model all of a sudden, or a Hooters waitress all of a sudden. They have, like, scrunch white socks and these fucking blocky.
Yeah, those dad shoes.
Blocky fucking Filas that make me want to barf.
Yeah.
And then, like, Kanye comes out with, like, these dumb fucking Adidas or dad shoes. And, like, I'm like, what?
But, like, it's also
say, oh, it's
everything
in. But I don't give a fuck what's in and what's out. They're not cool. They're not cool. And don't look at me and be like, well, you don't know fashion. I get it. I wear sweatpants shorts. I get it. It's blah, blah. But what I'm saying is, you think that you have an upper hand on me because you're like, oh, you don't know fashion. No, you're wearing something fucking dumb because you fit in with people who like fashion. Like,
and not only that, those shoes were fucking $275.
Exactly. It makes no sense. Like, that's so dumb. And all of a sudden, it's like, oh, you wear dad hats. No, I've been wearing this hat. It's just,
hat's 8 years old. I don't know what to tell you.
It's just a hat. Like, why is it a dad hat? Like, what are you talking about, dude?
Right.
Like, people.
But that's what I'm saying.
Like fashion's a trend. It's just so dumb. Like, it's literally like, oh, you're part of this group now. So, oh, Tommy Bahama shirts are in. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? What are you talking about?
But you also make your own fashion because you can't wear. You're not going to wear those. I don't know how much they are, but fuck, $300 Kanye West shoes with these sweatpants.
Yeah, what was he wearing? He was wearing like foot binding slippers and shit for a minute. His heels were like dragging on them. Come on, man. You still foot binding, Bert? Or you still foot binding, bro? But it's like dumb shit. Like, remember he came out with the hoodies that had the holes in them? I was like, oh, you were playing Road Rash earlier.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? That's not. I'm not paying money for a hoodie with holes in it.
Talking about the Fila stuff, like I walked into PacSun the other day and they had the same Champion hoodie I had when I was like 5.
Right.
And it was
$75.
Yeah.
No.
$70.
See, and you know what? That's a cool hoodie. I still appreciate Champion and shit like that. But don't raise the price when I used to get them at like Modell's and shit for $25. And
clothes are so expensive. We were talking about this at Spellbound because they had their own Spellbound branded sweatshirts and T-shirts and shit like that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And they're one sweatshirt with like the stitching across here. Like that, what is that, like hockey style or whatever it is?
With the, like the laces?
Yeah, it's
I
real
love
open.
that shit.
Yeah, it was a really nice sweatshirt. $75. Guess who's not paying it? No.
See, I'm an idiot. I would pay that. Not because it says Spellbound, because I like that sound. Like, I'm not scared to spend. Well, I have no money, but. No, what we were talking about, like, if you won the lottery, what would you do? Like, with some things, like, I know for a fact I would buy a fuck ton of sneakers. Like, I don't care about cars.
Right.
Clothes, I can be into. Like, when we're talking about fashion, like.
I'll definitely buy way more clothes, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, but like things that are in like...
Because that's something that definitely goes on the back burner
like,
for me.
You can't just start shit like, oh, bell bottoms are back in. Like, nah, I'm wearing skinny jeans now for the rest of my life. That's just what it is. Like, I'm not ever owning a pair of baggy jeans. Like, I just like my jeans to be fitted. Suits look better fitted. Like, I want my jeans to be fitted and shit. I don't care when that goes out of style. But that's another thing, too. I'm all over the place, I know.
It's all right. Keep rolling, baby.
But, like... Our dads, when they were 40, looked like complete fucking losers. A 40-year-old now, I know we're getting closer to 40, a 40-year-old now, Bert's dad had a Velcro wallet for an eyebrow. That motherfucker was the human centipede across his upper eyes. That John was so... Oh, his dad used to ladle wood. But his
because he didn't care at that point.
But his fucking electric razor took 2-stroke. That thing was fucking...
That's what I'm saying. He didn't care, so whatever.
He used to wear scrunch...
Still doing what I do.
If Bert's dad would pull up... He used to have these scrunch white socks. If he were to pull them up, they'd be mid-thigh. These bitches were so scrunch. He looked like Pistol Pete Maravich.
As Bert has to leave, he's crying.
Yo, his dad looked like straight up Pistol Pete Maravich. These bitches were so Bert's throwing up. These bitches were so scrunched. He could have put shin pads underneath these fucking socks.
Well, because they saw pictures of your dad, and now that's the style now.
Dude, there was no... Yo, his dad was
Bert's
ready
dad,
for a
yeah.
soccer game to bust out at any second. He's like, hold on, I got my shin pads in the trunk. Go
Just pull the socks up a little bit, slide down.
He'd slide the shin pads right
pad
under.
in,
He
and
could
he's
bust
good.
out an indoor soccer game at any moment. And he would rock airwalks. And in the summertime, he had the Velcro flip-flops. Yeah, so like he had flip-flops that you could run in. He had them Jones. If he was any younger, they'd light up on the bottom.
I thought you were talking about just the strap on top.
Yeah, straight up. Fucking straight
But that's
up.
what I'm saying. So now people saw old pictures of Bert's dad, and they were like, yo, I'm going to bring that back in style. And now girls are wearing the scrunched up socks with those.
Yeah, the girls think they're Hooters waitress all of a sudden. But I'm saying, like, dads are cool. And like, you'll see dads now, 40 years old, and they're wearing, like, Air Maxes and shit. They look fine. Like, they're cool.
Right.
But, like, I just felt like when my dad was 40, they looked a lot older.
Right. I feel
Obviously,
like,
because I was, like, 9. But, like, you still get the
I feel like
feeling
they
you're
also didn't give a shit. You know what I mean?
yeah, I guess.
Like, there's
Everybody
a
was
certain
so
point
hairy,
of
too.
there's a certain point of like, should I try before I go to my son's soccer game, or who do I got to impress?
No,
You know what I mean? I got my wife, I got my
it's not
my
even
kids,
about
what-
impressing people, but sometimes, like, did the mirror break? Was there no mirror, though? Like, you don't have to wear, like, the Big Peckers Maryland Bar and Grill shirt everywhere you go. You know what I mean? Like, the dumb shit. And the jean shorts, forget about it.
Forget about it.
That's fucking great.
So did we get through all the way Sunday?
Nah,
we didn't even get through Sunday.
Yeah, we
did?
didn't even get through Sunday. Yeah, I still got a bone to pick with fucking style. I'm done now, but I'm pissed off.
We'll revisit it
I'm just
tomorrow.
pissed off with the people who are always like, oh, you don't know what style is. No, I love people who get dressed up. I get it. All that shit looks cool, but, like, sometimes I'm like, come on, man.
I just say, yep, you got me.
But, yeah, Bert, if I would hit the lottery, I wouldn't even think twice buying $200 pair of sneakers. Obviously, because you have money and shit, but... Like, now I'll see it. Sometimes I'm like, all right, let me put it on my credit card, and I'll just... It's so hard to pull the trigger.
Shoes are definitely one of my biggest downfalls.
Oh, God.
And, I mean, I definitely slowed down. I think jackets are probably, like, the windbreaker I have on right now. Like, I'm obsessed with them.
Yeah, they're so cool.
But
They're
I'm not
coming
gonna
back,
pay,
too.
I'm not going to pay $100 every time I want one.
No. See, they're coming back, too, like the windbreakers with, like, the half zip in the pocket.
Yeah, with the pocket. on the
Oh,
front,
they're
the
so
big
dope.
pouch.
But like you said, like you're like, guys, this isn't even going to keep me warm. Dude, I can get a pair of sweatpants for like $40. Sweat shorts, $65. I'm like, I'm missing 2 legs. Where the fuck is the money? Oh, for sewing it? You shut up. You
Right.
shut up. That's why I buy sweatpants and cut them off the legs.
Save myself $20.
That's what I do.
You should resell them for $60 then. Start making $20.
What happened Sunday?
We'll resell them on the website.
Other than us taking a fucking swim in the creek because we lost both fucking playoff games.
Did we lose them both?
I lost both. I lost 2 bets on the.
Oh no, I won the Rams.
Did you?
Yeah,
All the way?
yeah. Because remember, I waited. I didn't get done reffing until it was 13-3 Saints,
Okay.
and I got the Rams at 9.5.
I
So I was like,
I cashed out.
anybody who was gonna go up in the beginning, I was just gonna bet the other team because I knew it was gonna be a close game. So if the Rams would have been up 13-3, I would have bet the Saints at 6-7 or whatever it would have been.
Okay, so what I did is to start the game, I took the Rams. I think both things were -3. So I took the Saints -3. I'm sorry.
Right.
And I took the over.
And the over.
And by the end of the first quarter, I knew it wasn't going to the over. So DraftKings let me cash out. So they gave me $37 out of 50 back. I was like, all right, let me just take that $13 loss or whatever it is.
Right,
I was
it's
like,
better
that'll
than a
be fine.
$50 loss.
I was like, that would be fine. So I'm sitting there, and the Saints are cruising. So I'm like, all right, -3 is looking good. We all know what happened at the end of that game.
Did you see that thing on what was it, Barstool?
The Madden version of it.
The Madden version?
Unbelievable. And that's not.
The flag's down right away.
Everyone's like, there's so many other, like, you listen to, like, the analysts, so, like, that's not the main reason they lost the game. There's so many other things. But I'm like, I get it.
Right, there
But
was
that
definitely other
blatant.
reasons.
Yeah,
but
you
this-
don't throw it on first down when you're on the 10-yard line.
Right.
And they have 2 timeouts. Like, you run it. But you don't blatantly fucking crush a dude catching a ball and
the
it not
dude-
get called.
The dude said, he was like, I got beat. I was trying to save a touchdown,
Sure.
so I would rather take that penalty than let him catch it and score, which makes sense. Also, did you see the guy, who was the guy that got the pick? Wasn't the same guy, was it?
Could have been.
and he got up and did the Choppa style celebration of the Saints.
Yeah, the
did you
Saints
see
look
he
good.
came out and said the reason he did that is because he didn't like what they did to the Eagles with the ski masks.
Yeah,
And
he was like, they were being disrespectful for the Eagles, so I went to rub in their face. Apparently, a couple of his friends are on the Eagles. I don't know who, but...
Well, apparently he grew up in PG County in Maryland.
Oh, beautiful.
And there's like 3 or 4 guys on the Eagles from PG County. So, not saying that they're the ones that are his friends, but...
Right, but no, the Saints tried rubbing it in our face, so he did a little thing. That's fine. And
I like that.
And this is going to be super aggressive.
Go
All right,
Rams.
Let's talk. Are you?
Yeah, fuck yeah. You going to root for the Patriots?
I am.
Why?
Because I hate the Rams, too.
And you like the Patriots better than you like the Rams?
No, but the Patriots are expected to win, so at least if they win, it's going according to plan. If the Rams win, I'm going to be fucking pissed because there's a lot of people in the Rams I don't like at all.
No, I'm with you there.
The Pats are supposed to win, so let me just win. I just don't want to throw a trophy to the fucking Rams.
I wanted the Chiefs to win.
So did I. I
But-
bet the Chiefs and lost that bet too. We didn't even talk about game 2.
Yeah.
The chefs blew that.
Yeah, they did.
The chefs blew that.
But that's what happens when you go against Tom Brady.
Yep, it sure is.
It's disappointing.
It is disappointing.
Andy Reid and coming up
So
short
maybe
again.
we were all fired up after that because Sunday got very chippy. Sunday was a very chippy day. We were all boozing hard. The girls were drunk before the Rams and Saints game was even over.
No, for sure.
They were fucking over there bombing beers during that game.
Well, because we weren't doing anything with them, so they were
Right.
like, let's just keep playing games.
Yeah,
Fuck
they're
them.
entertaining themselves. And then that game, dude, I was hiding in the closet. That dude sacked Brady and got the interception. He was offsides. I said, you fucking fucko. You've ruined it.
Not only that, he was lined up offsides. Like, he didn't jump. He got down and was like, no, I'm on sides. And the ref was like, no, you ain't.
Oh, boy.
Like, can you imagine? That's the game.
All right, so we lost
That's the game. The game's
so
over.
I lost both bets, and I was just down and out. And I'm not saying this was like a cat fight, but we were chippy with each other Sunday night. All of us. We were chippy.
Well, I think tempers fueled over from Saturday.
Yeah, they were still pissed about the Emma Stone. Chelsea was pissed I had a porn star in my top 5. How am I supposed to compete with that? I was like, you're not. It's nothing. It's not like, you know what I mean?
Right. You're not leaving Chelsea for her.
No, Jesus Christ, no.
Right.
Fuck.
So whatever.
I said, I want to embarrass myself. You know how fast I come.
So what did you take in the Chiefs Patriots game?
I took the Chiefs -3.
But then we doubled down, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We did double down. I
Luckily-
lost like 4 bets in 2 games somehow. I was just throwing shit out there. Oh, my God.
Luckily, I got.
All right, I put in the Sixers bet. My bad. I did put in the Sixers bet.
Luckily, I got them at +5.5, but it still wasn't enough because they lost on.
Guy from work actually just texted me because we were talking about the Sixers bet. He said they're not showing it on DraftKings. I said I got it, but money line. But money. This dude's betting on tennis and shit. I corrupted this dude bad. He's like, yeah, I was betting on tennis last night. I said, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I had money on Serena. Did you see Serena?
She blew it. She was
She
up
blew
5-1.
it.
She was up 5-1.
Hard.
Serena
That
was
was
my
the
number 6. Dude,
quarterfinals.
Serena's a fucking babe. I don't care what anyone says. She's fucking hot.
She was up 5-1.
Yeah,
Needed one
she
more
sprained
set
her
to
ankle.
win. So you better tough it up and win one
Put
set.
some mud on it.
What is it? 15, 30, 40, 40. You have to win 4 points in a row. Not in a row, but 4 points in a match. Is that match? Game. In a game. Match?
But
Yeah, so in a game.
it's
4
3
points
matches.
in a game.
Yeah, 3 matches. It's tough.
So one match, 4 points in a game. That's all she needed to do to win. And she lost 6 straight games. Matches. God damn it. And she lost.
Louse. Game blouses.
But I had like, I want to say like just $25 or something like that on her at the beginning.
This is what the
Because it was
this is
plus-
what the gates of heaven sound like. Welcome, heaven.
Because it was plus 440 at
Take
the time.
the escalator downstairs. There'll be somebody
All the way
waiting
down.
there'll be somebody waiting for you.
All the way down.
How far down do I gotta go?
This floor. No. Keep going.
You will stop at the floor right before prison. When did you get a cell phone? I was having this conversation. Because we don't have any kids yet, so we don't know
Right.
shit about that. But I was talking to someone. I was like, when do you think you're going to get your kid a cell phone? Because Corey's going. My sister Corey's going through. She has kids and shit too. So I'm just like, ooh.
See, I think it was
get
different
mine
for
till
us.
8th grade, I don't think.
I got mine in 8th grade too, but it was just starting to trickle down. Like my sister didn't have a cell phone in 8th grade because there wasn't enough cell phones available. Not that there wasn't enough available.
It just wasn't. It wasn't the time.
You weren't buying a couple $100 cell phone for your eighth grade daughter.
Yeah.
Now cell phones are cheaper. You can pass them down and stuff. So
you get the family plans and shit.
Exactly.
Was there anything more panic mode when you hit the internet by accident on your fucking your chocolate?
No! So I got mine in 6th grade. I still remember it to this day.
Yeah, because I used to call. I used to call people on your phone. So you used all my minutes. I was like, "Shut up, bitch."
Your parents just gave you a phone in 6th grade because I got
my
mine.
mom just like surprised me with it one day.
I got mine technically
silver.
in 8th grade, but it was really my mom's phone. Like I would just take my mom's phone and then I just like stopped giving it back.
Sure.
Yeah, I had to do that before, but then she got annoyed because I stopped giving it back, so she just gave it to me.
Right, but that was in 6th grade.
But
I didn't get one until.
At the same time, though, I think you got to think like, all right. So when we were in high school, I remember I was limited text messages.
Oh, definitely. There were 25 cents of text.
So that was
Kate
never
didn't even
thing.
have text messaging in high school.
That was a never. We were talking about that the other night. That's another thing. You got to think like now, day and age, like kids that are like 7 are text messaging. So like I think they're younger now, getting it more than ever.
Right.
Right.
Is that correct or not?
Well, especially now with like, maybe they're going to be in a dangerous situation. They have to be able to call home. They have to be able to let me know where they're at. Like
I think they're more the kids this day and age are more all over the place than we were.
Right.
We were either at the playground playing basketball, or at whatever family was letting 19 kids in the house, which was normally for us was Jim Nuss or Donatelli's.
Right, and they all had cell phones. Because I forget. I think I got mine maybe 7th or 8th. Nextel, John. Bring. Where you at?
So I had this little. Well, when I was taking my mom's one, it was like
the Cricket.
This big. No, it didn't open up. Like, that was the whole phone.
Oh,
and it had, like, orange buttons and shit, and I thought it was so cool.
Oh, the jitterbug?
You
had the jitterbug?
The bomb. I don't think so.
It got 911 at home. Only 2 places you can call. You can call home and 911. Ah, shit.
There's no way I'm going to be able. I was pulling out my phone like I was going to look it up. It was like an unbranded phone. There's no way I'm going to be able to find it.
Because there's a reason I'm bringing this up, because I still want to keep talking about the cell phones and shit in like our high school when we got them. Where we at on time? Because I was going to bring up
42 minutes.
All right. Well, I got to take a piss. Because the question I want to bring up is, what time era do you wish you were born in?
Ooh. All right. Well, I feel like that's. Yeah. Yeah.
No,
I think
you're not going to do top 5 eras you want to be born in. I just want to know what kind of.
Yeah, you might be able to do top 5 eras.
No.
But we'll talk about it. Let's do a T.
All right.
Because that's
the reason I brought that up, or the reason I brought up the cell phone thing, is because that's what I'm saying. Like, we were in a good spot. I mean, there's definitely other eras. Like, I'll tell you where I want to talk and shit, but or which era I want to be in. But like, we were also in such a our era is so good because we grew up without cell phones, so we still have that. But we're also not like complete outdated. We're like we don't know how to use computers and shit.
We didn't grow up without cell phones. We grew up without cell phones.
Like my dad types with like 2 fingers like a fucking caveman. I'm like, what are you doing, dude?
I would still like to do that. Remember we were going to that bar the other night and we were saying we should do like a 90s themed podcast where we were talking about like the AOL and the AIM and yelling at your brother or sister to get the fuck off the phone.
It's my turn. XO short stuff's coming on. Yeah. It's me.
And like,
my turn.
And like
I told her 4:45
and all that shit. Like,
I think
that's an episode where maybe having more than
Saved by the 90s.
Yeah, Saved by the 90s. I like that. Like having more than just 3 or just 4. Like having people chime. I think that's like maybe that party thing that we were maybe.
That would be cool.
On.
I would like to get my brother involved in that because like that's what we.
That's multiple different people giving like what they.
Yeah, like different, not different generations, but like
the computer was in my brother's room, so that was always a battle.
Jackpot.
Yeah, that was a battle.
All right, let's hit this.
What's up with this? Why do you have so many tissues next to you?
You're just gonna start drinking it. You're not gonna wait for the music.
Will you stop ringing the bell? God damn it!
Well, people need to know.
Put on a tea time song. Drop that tea time song.
Well, we do 1 song per episode.
All right. Well, people ain't gonna wait 20 seconds to listen to us chug this.
All
right.
So
well, pee break.
Yeah. Let's hit this tea time. Bert.
We're gonna come back to when you want to be.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Good one, Bert. And that beat drops.
Let's go.
Welcome back to the Garage with Evan and Friends. Follow us on Podcast Garage on Instagram. Get us on all your podcast platforms. Like always, to my left, the bald one, the rookie producer of the year, the guy who loses more bets than me, Ryan Rickus.
Yeah, we look like pros with music now, I'll tell you that.
That creepo with the trench coat in the corner, video and everything, Mr. Mike Bertolini. Mike Bertoline.
Nobody? Okay, no, I'll clap by myself. No, don't worry about it.
All right, now before we all pissed ourselves, the question I ask is, what generation or what time period do you guys wish you were born in? And the reason I brought that up is because the cell phone conversation came up. Like, we were in a good spot. We were really in a good spot, like, the time we were born. I was born 91, but high school-wise and girl-wise and, like, communication-wise, like, you still had to learn how to communicate with people. Got our cell phones late, but we still knew how to use computers. Like, I used to do, like, fucking Mavis Beacon in, like, grade school and shit. Mavis Beacon 2.0 and shit like that. But, like, we got our cell phones late, and social media wasn't shit. Like, Facebook was, like, for college kids. Like, we had MySpace and we do goofy shit, but...
Right, and I remember my sister got Facebook... Like, because it was only open to Harvard students, and then they opened up to a couple other schools, and then they were, like, opening it up to schools. And my sister was a school that they opened it, not that she had, like, a special school or anything, but it was just getting to the point where it was getting to other schools. And it was a college thing, like you said. And I remember her saying that she had signed up for it because she was like, oh, this is cool. You can catch up with your friends.
It started
and
in
stuff
Harvard
like
because of Zuckerberg was in Harvard.
Right.
What was the thing they used to do, like, where they were in the movie The Social Network, where they mashed the girls, like...
They were rating them?
Yeah, rate girls.
Yeah.
We'll get into that. Because I have something to say about that later. So, we don't have to do the top 5 one. This is a cool conversation. What time periods do you guys wish you lived in?
This is funny because, again, literally this weekend, I was reffing with my dad, and he was looking at... We were doing, like, a high school PAL or something like that, like something super easy. And it was a boys' league. So there was a bunch of girls that came to watch them play, or their boyfriends or their friends or whatever.
Right. What age?
And high school. So
perfect.
Right.
Good old days.
So they finished the game and we're done way early, and the other teams aren't even here to play yet. I mean, it's PAL in town, so they're not showing up until 2 minutes before the game. They'll
PAL's
put up 3 shots.
Kind of like CYO
start.
type shit.
No, CYO is usually church leagues. Yeah, but
PAL, I played both, but I'm saying, like,
league.
PAL, they're on the same page where, like, they're high school kids, but they're not playing for their kids. Like, you know how big CYO is huge in the city for us. CYO is bigger, not bigger than high school. Obviously, high school is all the high school players, but there were so many people who played CYO that could have played high school basketball, like, no problem.
Right. Yeah, so, no, CYO, you were still playing other towns.
Mm-hmm.
This is in town. It's all the same people.
Oh, it's all the same people.
All
right,
the same town.
Yeah, right. CYO's school versus school versus school versus school.
Right. This is probably guys that, aren't really good at dribbling basketballs, let alone playing basketball.
So
you know what I mean?
Way worse.
It's
than
just
CYO.
friends. Right.
Way worse than CYO.
Right. Although it's a big town, so it was Shawnee, so that's what, Medford?
Yeah, they graduate with like 3,000 kids.
Yeah, they got 40, 50,000 people in that town, so they're not super bad. But anyway, these girls come on the court after the game, and they're talking with the guys, and my dad's looking out at them, and he was like, I don't think I would want to go back to high school. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, just like that.
The hairy pussies. I just can't deal with that shit.
No, he was thinking more in terms of like they're getting ready to graduate, get in the real world, whether they're going to college or they're going to a trade school or they're going out and getting a job. And he was like, there's not a lot of jobs, automation, all that kind of stuff. You have to fight a little bit harder now because you can't work as a cashier at Target every Tuesday and Thursday when you're in high school anymore. Like because they have self-checkouts. Mm-hmm. They don't need you anymore. Mm-hmm. And my argument was that happens every generation. Every generation, yeah, you might have been a cashier, but they're not going to need cashiers anymore. And the things that high school students are doing now, wasn't a thing back when you were a kid.
Yep.
And, You know, I don't know what necessarily that is, but they're new
adapt.
fields.
That's
and
what
they're new
humans
fields.
do. Humans learn to adapt. You adapt through anything. And that's for everything. If a parent dies, you adapt. If a sibling dies, you adapt. If you break up with your girlfriend, you adapt. If you get kicked out of school, you adapt. If you get fired, you adapt. You just fucking adapt. You roll with the punches. Everything's different. Like
right, yeah, you might not be a cashier anymore, but there's another job out there.
There's jobs everywhere. Like you learn to adapt, and time's going. Like it is what it is. I mean, yeah, I know what you're saying. You might not do this, but there's other things you might do.
Right, exactly. And that was my argument. So I think the job front, you take that away.
Your dad's job to close down. So like, he didn't get fired or anything. It's just the job sold.
Right.
So he was out of job. Your dad drives with Lyft. He adapts. That's a new thing. Did your dad think when he was 18 years old he was going to be driving Lyft at 60?
Right.
No, but he doesn't, and he's completely fine.
Right. He doesn't do it anymore, but I get what you're saying.
Well, whatever. He can do it whenever he wants. You can do it whenever the fuck you want.
Yeah. No, I get you. But that's what I'm saying. That if you take out the fact that, I don't know if I'm going to have a job for the rest of my life, I feel like you were thinking that anyway.
Maybe
in
a
high
career.
School. Right.
Maybe a career is not a type of thing. Like Bert's dad. Bert, how many jobs your dad have? His dad's a photographer. His dad was selling fucking copiers.
So right now, he is a real estate agent.
Yep.
He owns his own tombstone business.
Yep. He's been doing that forever.
He's his own photographer, and then he also works for a photographer.
Beautiful.
And I think that's all he does now. And then on the side, I mean, non-paid, he's a Northeast Peanut League rep.
There you go.
And he used.
But that's what I'm saying. So
he loves that shit. He does that for passion. Yeah.
Your dad in high school was like, I'm gonna be a photographer, and maybe photographer is probably not a good example. But what else did you say he did?
He
tombstone
business.
Right. So that's he wasn't probably thinking in high school that he was gonna start his own tombstone business. Mm-mm. You know what I mean?
Because you don't think about that. People die every day, so that's a weird business to get into. But
not only that,
somebody has to sell them.
I wouldn't know how to get into it, but he might have worked with somebody that was like, no, this is all you have to do. You have to do this and this and this, and then he's like, oh, this shit's gonna be easy. I'm gonna do this now.
But Mr. Burt he's been a salesman ever since we were kids. So that's like
right. So
he's a great people
somebody.
person. So you meet all these different types of people, and then you get into this thing. And he's been into photography as long as we used
to picture every day.
That's probably a bad example.
For like 20 years. Probably.
That's what I'm saying. We used to go over his house, and so like he would make us pizza rolls. Which we'd go to the movies. We'd probably go see, and we thought it was real late, but we'd probably see a movie at like 6 or 7. You know what I mean? Because it gets dark and whatever. You didn't realize. We'd go see a movie 6 and 7. We go home. He'd either order pizza or he'd put in like a boatload of pizza rolls for us, which was the shit.
And then he'd take you down the basement and take pictures of you?
No, act like you're hitting the bag. So like,
take off your shirt real quick.
So it didn't bother me. I was a child model. So we'd be playing with the like Hot Wheels because his dad had 200, 300 Hot Wheels. We'd be playing with Hot Wheels while the pizza rolls were cooking. And then we'd watch a movie again, because we would stop at, it wasn't Blockbuster, it was like Hollywood Video or something like that.
Yeah. Hollywood Video was a
next
shit.
to the dining car.
Yes, right next to the dining car, right there on the Tarzan Ave. And then that, or he would have like slides. So he'd put on a projector, and he had the clicker, and it was literally like things that he developed.
The next slide.
Pictures that are like keychain type thing.
Yeah, they were negatives.
Yeah, shitting, and he would show us, oh, this is me in Venice, this is me in Florence, and we would just sit there and watch him like traveling.
That's dope.
I'm like, oh my god, you took that unibrow all around the world.
Dude, he has
it saw the world.
You know, he has a picture frame of like when he so when I was born, about like 2 or 3 months after I was born, he went on like a European trip, did like Venice, Italy, Amsterdam, like did like a huge
awesome
thing with his
shit,
friend.
dude.
Yeah.
Right.
And he has like a big picture frame of it, but like the unibrow thing this is where we got it from. It's because like he has his IDs from everywhere he went. And like he had a vicious, like he blended in over in Europe.
Like Anthony Davis type unibrow?
Oh my, no, Anthony Davis ain't got shit on this human centipede across his fucking eyes.
Oh, but to answer your question, Ev, I would have to say the 80s.
Oh shit, I forgot.
Just
we were going
solely
back
because
there.
like so I like my mom got me into music and everything, and I love going to shows. I think. Growing up when all them hard rock like heavy bands were coming up,
like the,
I think that
was
hair bands,
type shit.
the hair bands,
like seeing
Def
like
Leppard.
all that shit come up and like turn into what it is now. I think that would be fucking dope.
Oh, okay, I took that.
And
as
I'll tell you what,
because I thought Bert would be like, "Are you say you want to wear like air guitar and like ripped jeans?" I thought Bert would be like, "Man, if I could just put on some bell bottoms and start doing blow at the disco."
Bert, that's 70s, right?
Bert cruising around. No, 80s was blow.
I'm not saying there wasn't.
You know what? I don't. You know what?
I'm
now
not saying
that-
they weren't doing blow in the
definitely-
80s.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I don't think Blow ever died.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Blow's been going on hardcore for it. But I just picture Bert just scooting around in his fucking skates all around town. Like
That's the 80s. That's the 70s, dude.
No, dude,
On
you ever see
acid.
Boogie? Yeah, just key bumps everywhere. Like
finger pointing everywhere.
Nah,
Let
but
the
solely for the
music
music.
play.
Solely for the music, I think
Yeah.
80s would have been dope to be.
yeah, 80s had fucking jams.
Yeah, everything.
I don't know.
See, mine's like real
I think it would
specific.
be.
Mine's real
go
specific
ahead.
because
You
like
go there.
generation. Because I'm the youngest of four, so
I would
want
to be born from 88 to 92. What do you know?
No, that's Bud, which is still kind of like Bud is pretty much blended with me. I'm thinking like American Pie age, so high school was like 1999 2000, which is
So
right
you're-
before like the technology. But
So
you're
you
still
were born in like 80, 82,
82,
83.
80, 82, yeah. So like American, imagine being the graduating class of like 2000.
Y2K, man.
Whoa. Because like you watch like I'm saying, like you watch American Pie, and I love that generation because it's like cool 90s music still, and you're at the right age for 90s. Because 90s is still my favorite like music genre.
Right.
But like I was born 91, so like I liked it in the 2000s instead of liking it in the 90s.
Right.
Like when it was hitting.
Right.
When it was hitting. Like, could you imagine like watching Nirvana come out, like becoming a actual band or Pearl and all that shit, and then it just turns into like goofy shit too, like the groove is in your heart.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I
No
don't
cell
know.
phones.
I think actually I think more like disco. I like a lot of
80s?
disco music.
Or the late 70s.
70s.
Like Motown or like
Motown and the disco.
Born.
Motown.
Born to Be Alive.
Born to be alive. No, but that or maybe these Vice City
That's
guys.
80s, baby. That's Miami Heat. Bert, bring up some goddamn pictures of the 80s, will you?
Shit, Bert.
I'll tell you, all right, I don't want to go anything lower than, I know the 60s were all hippies. I'm not going lower than the 70s because
Yeah, no
a
way.
lot of people say the 70s. The music in the 70s is awesome. Classic rock, all that cool shit, muscle cars. Fuck yeah. You watch Dazed and Confused and you're just like, oh shit, would that not be awesome?
Yeah.
Smoking weed and drinking beers out of like Campbell soup cans and shit where they actually had to like fucking pop them. Fucking, you know what I mean? You had to put like the double.
Imagine smoking weed then and then smoking weed now.
Yeah, the weed now will make your head explode. Scientists make it.
And then it's like half dirt. You're like, what
80s
the fuck?
carbon. All right,
What
see,
is it?
that's
What
like
is
the
this?
most extreme 80s shit ever. They're wearing
Rubik's
like fucking. They
Cube.
look like wrestlers. Oh boy.
Yeah, this
I
is
don't
this is
know,
the
the
problem
80s
because it's all like
80s
they're
are
going to
all,
be
like,
the most
sweat-
extreme stuff.
They see, yeah, this all 80s shit's like all workout shit.
Yeah,
They got like fucking.
they look
socks.
like the opening credits of
They're wearing
Saved by the
same,
Bell.
They're wearing the same socks that Mr. Burt wears, all scrunched up and shit. The mullets, god damn. See, Empire Records. That's the nine. I'm going from the 90s to 2002. 2002 would like be my graduating year. That'd be dope.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Stifler's my boy.
So
Granny fucker.
I don't want to change the subject, but I'm going to change the subject.
Sure.
Is that cool with you? You got more stuff to say.
No, I don't give a fuck.
Okay. So I was watching 2 documentaries this weekend, and I want to bring them up.
Cool.
The first one's going to be a quick one.
Okay.
I forget what it's called. I want to
There
say
you
it's like
go. Good start.
I want to say no, but I
I
know
got
it's about.
something I want to bring up. I forget the name.
Hold on. No, it's like Bill Murray stories or something like that.
Okay.
It's a documentary on Netflix, and Bert, you can find it.
Get your
You
Google
can
fingers
get
ready.
you can get the name for us.
Your Google fingers.
But it's about like all Bill Murray stories where people,
Drive.
the Bill Murray stories. Yeah,
He's just like Bigfoot.
yeah. So did you ever hear a story about Bill Murray where like he did something and then
Well,
he turned to somebody and was like, "No
I'm
one
gonna
will
cut
ever
you off
believe
right
you."
now because I don't know. No, I never did. So tell the
Okay.
story because
Well, there's
I know Bill Murray obviously from the movies, but I never looked into Bill Murray.
right there's
As in, like, people have the pictures of the chive on the back of their cars and shit driving around with Bill Murray's face.
right. So they talk about that, but there's hundreds of stories of, Bill Murray showed up to my college frat party
Oh, shit.
and was hanging out and doing the dishes for everybody.
What?
And then he left. Like, and before he left, he would walk out and be like, "No one will ever believe this," and walk out. And people were like, "Oh shit, that's a bullshit story." And he was like, "No, I swear to God, like, Or I saw Bill Murray in the elevator, and he took his shirt off, and he put his hands over my eyes, and he was like, no one will ever believe you. And then he walked out, and imagine telling somebody a story like that, where you're like, Bill Murray had his shirt off in the elevator, and they're like, shut the fuck up.
Everyone would be like,
dude.
shut your mouth, idiot.
But that was his whole thing about how no one will ever believe you. But they go around and talk to all of the people that these stories happen to, and some of them have like old footage of shit happening. Like Bill Murray was at a frat party, or not a frat party, it was a party in Austin during South by Southwest, playing the tambourine in like somebody's house as the band's playing, like just some random dude's house. And then the cops come, and the cops are like, you're being way too loud, you got to tone it down. And the guy was like, honestly, I can't. Bill Murray's in here playing the tambourine. If you want him to turn it down, you can come in and turn it down. And they were like, get the fuck out of here. And Bill Murray walks out with the tambourine, like shakes the cop's hands, and then turns around and walks back in. You know what I mean? Like,
what are you going to do? Hey, Bill, I'm going to need you to wrap it up.
Right.
This is the best night of these kids' lives. Fuck the kid they're going to have. Fuck the marriage they're going to have. Bill Murray has a joint in his mouth playing the That's Matthew McConaughey, I'm sorry. I was going to say, he has a joint in his mouth playing the bongos in my window right now.
And like in the same story, he was in Austin during South by Southwest. Obviously, he found this guy's house. But he was in like this random bar, and he's having a conversation with this guy, and this guy's like starstruck, like trying to have a conversation with him.
Murray?
And then he has to go. He was like, Bill Murray was like, you want to go across the street to this other place? I want to watch this or blah, blah, blah. And the guy was like, I got to go feed my dog. And he leaves, and so does Bill Murray. And later he comes back, and he starts asking around. He's like, yo, where's Evan at? I want to talk to Evan. And they were like calling him. They were like, yo, you better get down here. Bill Murray's back, and he wants to talk to you. So then he comes in, and he's like, yo, you want to bartend? And he starts bartending.
I'm like, bro, my garage is, we have to do a podcast right now.
He's pouring,
right fucking now.
People are asking him for like, I want a rum and coke, and he's grabbing like the closest bottle, like a tequila, and just tequila on the rocks. That's what you get. But like, there's so many of these stories.
That's so cool.
Of him just living his life.
He's never been married or anything. That's what I'm saying. So he's just like floating around doing his thing.
Right, and that's
is
what
he
a lot of the
guy?
people were
Was he a
saying.
drug guy or no? I'm sure he drank. I mean, everyone drinks alcohol, I'm pretty sure. But
I don't know, to be honest with you. But like, that's what they were saying. Basically, it's like, this is how you should live your life. He's just doing whatever the fuck he wants to do.
Easier said than done.
Exactly. Obviously.
Jesus Christ, easier said that. You think I don't want to just walk around and just run
shit?
Hey,
yeah.
Can I make a couple pizza with you guys behind I would love to make pizza for a night at like a cool pizza place, and then be like, all right, well, won't see you guys ever again later. You gonna clean this up, like
right? But that's what I'm saying. So
have
like,
a drink with a bunch of strangers. I would love to do that.
All these other people, all these other celebrities are like hiding behind closed doors. They don't want to deal with people, but Bill's out there living his life, doing whatever he wants to do.
All right. So
because he can't do anything wrong in any of these situations, obviously.
No, there could definitely be some other actors and shit to do this. Like, he is super famous, but how famous is he? Because there's a point of no return, too.
But I think he's over
like Tom Cruise, he ain't doing a fucking thing.
But that's what I'm saying. I think he's over the hill. He was, like, super like, if he did this back in, like, the 90s, early 2000s, something like that,
even
he probably wouldn't have been able to do it.
He was probably 45.
Right. Now he's older. He's just hanging out. Like, I feel like you can't do some of the stuff that you would do if you saw Tom Cruise or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Tom Cruise.
Right.
Or Bill Murray, you're like, hi sir, how are you? Like, what do you want to do here? You want to play the tambourine? Go ahead, play the tambourine.
Well, I mean, Tom Cruise was kind of a bad example because he's a creepo from Scientology.
Right.
But,
yeah, I know.
But I don't know. How do you approach a celebrity?
Right, but that's I think he's in the range of,
because he's a comedian.
Don't fuck this up. If you're approaching the celebrity,
because you can approach comedians more than you can approach actors. Like if Brad Pitt's sitting there having a coffee, I'm like, oh fuck, what am I?
Right, but
do?
I think Brad Pitt also puts off that vibe that, who are you? Get out of my face.
Yeah, because he can fuck everybody he sees. Now, if you go up to Bert Kreischer and he's sitting there drinking an iced coffee, like, oh, what's up, man? You want to help in my Instagram story? Like they're like looking to have a good time. You know what I mean?
Right, but Bert Kreischer's also, if he did it to Will Ferrell or something like that, I still think he'd be like...
Yeah, Will Ferrell's not a stand-up comedian. I was thinking of just stand-up comedians. You couldn't... Dave Chappelle would be awkward. I'm thinking of like the big...
Right.
Like, Kevin Hart.
Kevin
Hart has fucking security. You can't get within 40 feet of him.
Exactly. Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. I think he's past the point of where
that's an interesting...
he would be in trouble.
Netflix overwhelms me. There's too much to watch.
Yeah, because I just... wanted to touch on this one because I thought it was a good documentary, and
It looks
I
like
learned
it looks
some
like a book.
yeah, I don't know, maybe it started as a book. I don't know. But what I really wanted to get into is a documentary that is all over the place. It's on Netflix and Hulu, but they're two different documentaries, and it's about the Fyre Festival. That's what that guy's from. That you showed me the picture.
Before you even start, I know nothing about the Fyre Festival other than when I got home from work, I pulled into my driveway. Well, I had to go somewhere, so I'm pulling into my driveway around 4 o'clock today. Wagner calls me. He's like, "Yo, dude, you watch Netflix, right?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Have you seen The Greatest House Party Ever?" Is that what it's called?
Yeah, something like that.
And I was like, "Nah." I was like, was it like Project X type thing? Is it that Australian kid who threw that crazy party? He's like, "Nah." He's like, "It's about, remember the Fyre
Fyre.
He's like, no, it's about that like Fyre Festival thing where they like stole everybody's money and like left. I was like, huh?
So I remember seeing this.
Explain it, because I'd never heard about this.
So basically,
I just heard about it 5 hours ago.
It came out. Yeah, Bert's just remembering. So basically, it came out that they were going to have this awesome festival.
It was a Coachella type thing, right?
Right. Awesome festival on this private island. And all they were showing was like videos of, see if you can find like the original promo video. Type in promo video with it.
Why
and
all they were like that? People are so fucking weird.
All they were showing were all these models. They got literally the 10 top models, and they went down there on boats.
2017?
Yeah, they went down there on boats. They had helicopters and shit. They had private. Yeah, so this is the promotional video.
That's a Victoria's Secret girl. I recognize.
Yeah, they were literally the top 10 famous models at the time, and they're promoting it as this music festival.
Oh, is that Ja Rule?
This music festival on a private island.
So we're seeing all these hot girls on this fucking beautiful beach. Planes coming in.
Private planes.
I think I just seen Ja Rule.
Yeah, Ja Rule was part of the crew that was trying to put it together.
A yacht. Beautiful water. Oh my god.
They built it as like you would come to this private island, you would get your own cabana.
The best in food, art, musical, and adventure.
You would see all these top artists. You would see all these models.
Once owned by Pablo Escobar.
So apparently, the island that they bought was once owned by Pablo Escobar.
Why wouldn't it have been?
But
on the boundaries of the impossible.
But he's reading. Yeah, I was gonna say he's reading the promotional. But it looks awesome. There's
baby
pigs.
You ever seen the pigs in the water? They're fucking great.
It looks like it would be the best time ever. She's swimming through a scuba diving through a shipwreck.
It's like a Coachella or just a cool festival. Just you're in God knows where. I don't know, in the middle of Mexico. Where
in
is
the Bahamas.
This? Okay.
So it was like $10,000 for a ticket. Then it was even more expensive if you wanted your own cabana on the water and all this shit.
So who the fuck was buying this shit? Dan Bilzerian?
Basically, people were paying $180,000, $250,000.
Tickets on sale now. Festival. Okay, so that said January 12th, 2017. I think your video said.
People were paying literally $180,000, $250,000 for tickets, and you could buy these wristbands so that you could use the wristband as money, so you didn't have to worry about money. Mm-hmm. It looked like it was gonna be the shit.
Right.
And I was like, dude, I would so love to go to this, but I don't have $50,000 to drop. And
my card declined when I just got a coffee at Wawa.
But then,
so I gave her my shoelaces and said, "I got you later. I'll be back for them."
Then later, I saw articles about how everything was a fucking disaster. Nobody showed up. Like, none of the acts showed up. There was no housing for all these fucking people. They were...
Is this the Sochi Olympics?
They worse. They were panicking. They had to move islands like 6 times. It wasn't even a private island anymore. It was like this corner of an island. And they didn't have housing for everyone. Those private cabanas that you were buying is now a hurricane tent.
Scroll through Pittsburgh so I can see some random shit, if you don't mind.
Dude, it was a fucking disaster.
You watched the documentary, though?
Yeah.
It's good?
Because I remember, yeah.
Look at that. Wagner said it was awesome.
They're old school hurricane tents that they wanted people to live in. There's beds all over the place. They didn't even finish putting stuff together. Like, imagine dropping a couple $100,000.
So where'd all the money go?
Up. Scroll up.
Hit them with a spoiler alert. Even though it's a true story.
Down just a little bit. Them two dudes. You see Ja Rule on the left, and this dude, I forget this dude's name.
What about them?
Brian something. They put it all together, and they were taking people's money and trying to.
So Ja Rule just stole a bunch of people's money.
Ja Rule was part of the management team. That dude on the right was like getting sued, and I don't know if he got jail time or he was gonna get jail time or he hadn't gone to court yet. I forget what it said in writing at the end. But it looked like this shit, and he ended up fraud all over the place.
So did they know this wasn't
going
to work?
Yeah, so in the Netflix documentary, apparently in the Hulu documentary, Kate was telling me today that...
Oh, two different ones.
Yeah, that dude on the right, see if you can find his name, Bert. I want to say it's Brian something.
Because the one right there says Fyre, and then the other one's supposed to be something house party.
So the dude on the right was like the main guy that was running it.
Yeah, just put documentary after that.
Netflix documentary.
Yeah.
And he... Yeah, I don't know what it's actually called. See, there's your boy on the right.
Yeah, who's that white guy?
So that...
Because there's a meme we just seen earlier.
They interview a bunch of people that were involved with it. Guys that were supposed to
Fyre
get housing for people. Guys that were supposed to deal with the entertainment. Guys that were supposed to, make sure people had food and water and all that kind of stuff.
It says Fyre Fraud for Hulu. And I don't know what Netflix's is, but either way, Fyre Fraud.
Yeah, dude, you got to look this up. It's wild.
Up.
It's wild. It's super fucked up.
So, but I'm saying, like, are they the ones who got the money? Yeah, click on the Ja Rule now, white dude.
Yeah, they were sending them money, and then
I love how people watch a doc and think they have all the answers. Fuck you, Ja
pissed
Rule.
off.
You're probably rich as shit.
But yeah, check it out.
Okay.
You want to get in the top 5?
Sure. I mean, that was a good one. All right. So, top 5, Bert, you're going to have to Google more shit, too, for me. So, top 5
of shit,
today.
Bert.
I don't know if it came out today.
Shit.
Do I have to start the whole intro over again? Or
Yeah.
we still got that down?
Yeah, do it now.
Welcome to the Garage with Evan and Friends. Follow us on podcast. Soccer style kicker. Graduated. What do you know about Finkel? Follow us on Podcast Garage on Instagram. Follow us on any podcast media that you get any of your podcasts from. To my left, Mr. Ryan Rickus.
What's up?
And in the corner, Mr. Trenchcoat himself, Bert the Whack-Off Bertolini. All right, so today our top 5 is something we're interested in, but I'm not a huge Oscar person. But the list came out today for the Oscar nominations for this year's.
Or yesterday.
One or the other. The Oscars aren't until like the end of February, but so in the honor of the Oscars, we're going to do the top 5 Oscar snubs.
Top 5 Oscars.
Our top 5. So, Bert, I'm going to need you to Google the 2019 Oscar nominations just so I can see what is even getting nominated this year.
Oh, true. I probably should have looked at those.
And then,
I didn't do anything.
And then, Rye, I would like you to explain what a Oscar snub is.
Okay. So, an Oscar snub is somebody that you either think should have won the Oscar if they were nominated, or if you think that they should have been at least nominated. Because one of mine is somebody that I thought had a shot to win, but he wasn't even nominated. So, Oscar snubs now, since the Oscars haven't come out, are people that you think should have been nominated.
Well, when you said snub, we texted earlier and you said snub, I thought that's people who didn't even make the nominations. But snub is people who made the nominations and were supposed to win,
possibly,
and didn't win.
If it was supposed to be a blowout, if they're two really close movies, like
I have a couple on my list that there's a reason I picked them. But when I did research today, sorry, I have goldfish in my mouth. I did research today, so movies that I really like, but I picked who won over them. I wrote down both.
Right, yeah, that's good. So if there was a really good movie that won and a really good movie that you think should have won, it's not really a snub.
But I'm going to bring it up.
If you think it's a snub, then it's a snub.
Mm-hmm.
But usually it's a movie that you didn't think was good and a movie that was really good lost to that bad movie.
All right, real quick.
So hold on. Pull up your mic so that people know what you're saying. Oh, sorry.
It's broken down. It's by category. So
Right. So it's broken down by category.
Which one? I gotta scroll down to.
Well, let me see Best Picture first now. So,
yeah. There's only a couple categories that really
so the
matter.
2019 nominations for Best Picture: Black Panther. Haven't seen. Black Klansman. Have you seen that?
I have not.
That's a Spike Lee joint. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, it says Spike Lee produces.
What is it? Jordan Peele is one
and
of the.
Spike Lee.
Well, I haven't seen it yet because obviously Chelsea was like not interested. I'm like, come on, let's watch it. She's like, no. I was like, all right, well, I have to watch it. I'm like, Bohemian Rhapsody, haven't seen. Now here's the thing: I don't go to the movies that often anymore, so I wait for a lot of it to come back on.
Right.
I
See,
used
the
to be
only the only movies there that I really that either I haven't seen or that I really want to see is, well, I guess, Black Klansman.
Green Book, never heard of
Green
it.
Book. Green Book's that movie with Mahershala Ali, where he travels around. He plays music for people.
Uh-huh.
He travels around with that white dude. I forget his name. Yeah, it looks like a good movie.
A Star Is Born, Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. Vice, which is Dick Cheney movie. All right, so these are all movies that came out this year. That this is actually a pretty good list because usually Best Picture is like a shit fucking list. Like they just pick movies that are so fucking dumb. It's the same thing as fashion. Oh, it's trendy to pick this.
Right. Nobody saw it, but it's a really good movie.
I mean, not the last couple of years. Like I think last year or the year before, Moonlight won, which was it didn't get a lot of credit, but that movie's fucking banging.
Right. And that's usually what happens is movies that aren't movies will win that maybe don't top the box office. You know what I mean?
We don't have
None
to
of
go
these
crazy.
movies.
We don't have to go crazy through this, but can you just go down the actors or directors too? We ain't gonna go through the whole list. I just want to see. Because usually Best Picture, I'm sure the Best Director is for the Best Picture.
Yeah, for the most part, actress. Yeah. So a lot of the same movies.
Okay, so it's all gonna be the same shit. So they have like a list of like 10 movies or whatever, and it just goes through that.
Yeah. Yeah. So
William Dafoe.
Viggo Mortensen.
There was a firefight. The Green Goblin.
Viggo Mortensen is.
All right, fuck it. Let's get
white
into it then. Bert, you have no list, right? Just me and Rye. All right.
So I'm keeping this up, right?
Yeah, because it keeps me. I might tell you to search something else, but other than this, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Do I need to have this list up still, or can I just go Google it?
I don't know.
No,
if
go
you
to
need this list.
No, we don't need this. Let's just Google the things we say.
Yeah. So my number 5 is almost an example of what I was saying in terms of having a good movie and another good movie, and one of them loses because the other one wins. Almost, but it's on my list because there was 2 good movies that lost to this lesser movie.
I already know what you're saying.
And it's 1995 Oscars, 1994 movie. Go ahead.
Forrest Gump won.
Forrest Gump won, and it
Pulp
beat
Fiction
out
lost.
Pulp Fiction and Shawshank. So, Forrest Gump Forrest Gump's a good movie. Don't get me wrong, but it's not as good as Shawshank or Pulp Fiction.
No, it's not.
All and
respect
that's
to
why
Forrest
this made
Gump.
right.
All respect to Forrest Gump.
That's
but
why this made my list.
How dare you say it's better than Pulp Fiction, which is a cult classic?
Right.
A classic. A Quentin Tarantino classic.
It might be the cult classic.
It started cult classics, maybe.
Right.
And then Shawshank Redemption.
Possibly one of the best movies ever made.
Top 3 greatest movies ever made.
And
okay, so we'll
Forrest
start with
Gump
that. So
won
I'm just going to... All right, my number 5 is Pulp Fiction is what I have.
Okay, perfect.
So I'll just put it as that.
Yeah.
Because my number 5 is Pulp Fiction, so I don't know what you wanted to add in.
But that's what I'm saying. So if it
like
was...
I said, this might not be my 1 through 5 perfectly, but like since you brought that up, I'll just bring it up. Number 5, Pulp Fiction.
If Pulp Fiction lost to Forrest Gump, all right, I don't think it should have lost. But Forrest Gump was still a good movie. It still gets a lot of play. It's still around, all that kind of stuff. But also Shawshank lost. You know what I mean? So it's like a double whammy.
Shawshank's such a good movie. It's not in my top 5, but Shawshank is fucking great.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking great. Stephen
yeah.
King book. Shawshank's a Stephen King book.
It's crazy.
So what's your 5? Just that them two got lost
The
too?
fact that they both lost.
That's what I'm saying. Is it a
to Forrest
snub?
Gump.
I don't know. Because
That's what I'm saying. I think it would have been one. If it wouldn't have maybe been a snub if it was just one of them, but they both lost. Because if you're looking at that lineup, you're like, well, Forrest Gump's got to be third.
I mean, that's a powerhouse fucking Oscar year right there.
you're like, Forrest Gump's got to be third, right? And
Okay,
then
so-
they were like, no, it's first.
So did we just do 5? Did we both just do 5?
Yeah.
So you're back at 4? Go ahead.
So my number 4 is what I was talking about in terms of somebody not even being nominated. And maybe he shouldn't have won, but he definitely should have got nominated. And it was Jake Gyllenhaal, Nightcrawler. And it was the best actor that year was Eddie Redmayne in Theory of Everything.
Oh, stop it.
So Eddie
Theory of
Redmayne,
Everything, it was fucking... What's his face? The dude in the wheelchair?
Stephen Hawking. Yeah.
Oh, stop it.
Now, don't get me wrong. Eddie Redmayne was awesome in that movie. But I think sometimes people get...
Jake Gyllenhaal is so underrated, it hurts my feelings.
I think sometimes people get attached to people that they know that are seen. So they know Stephen Hawking. So they're like, oh, he looks like Stephen Hawking. He's doing a great job. So he should win Best Actor. He played Stephen Hawking very well. So obviously he should win. And another example
Can you
of
bring up
this,
Jake Gyllenhaal, no shirt? I'm dead serious.
I have another example of this, but I'm scared to bring it up because maybe you have it on your list. But Jake Gyllenhaal in Nightcrawler gives you the creeps.
He's a great actor.
Like the fact...
Can I go down to cut you off? Can I just go down
Go
some of his roles? Look up Jake Gyllenhaal, no shirt, bitch. What the fuck is the problem?
What are we paying you for,
What
goddammit?
the fuck? I'm paying you in goldfish over here.
It's a lot of
Jake
goldfish.
Gyllenhaal, Brokeback Mountain,
Right.
Oscar nomination. Prisoners,
Potential Oscar snub, too. So
Prisoners, one
not
of
on
my
my
favorite
list.
movies ever. Once he brings up Southpaw with his shirt off, that I fucking... I have another good one. Come on, why am I having a brain fart? Jake Gyllenhaal's in so many good fucking movies, dude. Look at this stuff. Look at him in Southpaw. Come get some.
But watching Nightcrawler, Jake Gyllenhaal creeps you out.
For sure.
Like the fact that he could take a
It makes
character
you
that
believe
was
who he is.
that was written down, and he can
Prince of Persia, great game.
show it so well through the screen that he creeps you out is phenomenal.
He fucked Heath Ledger
Phenomenal.
on camera, dog. Come on, man.
So he wasn't even nominated for Best Actor, and that's why it's an Oscar snub to me.
Bullcrap.
Number 4.
Mine is The Social Network.
Oh.
The reason it was snubbed is because, number one, it's a phenomenal fucking movie. Phenomenal movie. And especially at our time period in our life, seeing how Facebook started. It came out, when did Social Network come out? Probably 2014-ish?
10.
2010. Oh, shit. Okay, so right after high school. Right when, like, you were getting into Facebook, so how it was created. Jesse Eisenberg. Is that Eisenberg?
Yep.
Eisenberg?
Yep.
Great actor. He
Yep.
plays Mark Zuckerberg perfectly.
Right.
Great fucking movie. What won over The Social Network was The King's Speech. Do me a favor and bore me to death with a movie. Oh, wait, here's one. The King's Speech. What are you talking about, dude?
I actually kind of like The King's Speech, but
Stop.
I don't know if I would give it Best Picture, but
The Social Network was so good. It's long, but it's so good. Like, Boston, Harvard. He creates this thing. It's just a great story and movie. It's especially with our generation.
But that's what I was going to say. Do you have more of the attachment to it because you can relate to it? Because that's what I was saying about
Maybe.
Eddie Redmayne.
Okay.
People know who Stephen Hawking is, so they have the attachment to it. They know how the actor
but
should act.
Stephen
because
Hawkins
they
won,
see
and
Stephen
he
act.
didn't.
Right, but that's what I'm
Who's The
saying.
King's Speech? Who's that motherfucker?
I'm pretty sure it's a true story, isn't it?
A boring true story.
know.
Nobody even knows who the king is. Where's kings? What country has kings still?
All of them, all the countries.
No, stop it.
Anyway, but that's what I'm saying. So is it better because you have the attachment to it? Do you
Well,
think?
I know it's a better movie than The King's Speech, straight up.
Okay, but forget about the King's Speech.
I think there's a little bit of attachment, but at the same time, like the way he plays that, like I don't give a fuck. I'm smarter than you. Like I know I'm.
Dude, when he was like,
Like
yo,
the way he was getting sued and shit, like he was just like, "You're a prick. You're a prick."
Well, the
fuck
best part is
you."
like, I can buy this building, right, and
That's
turn
what
it
I'm saying,
into my
like,
ping pong
he doesn't-
house. I was like, oh shit,
he
no,
doesn't
he
give
didn't.
a fuck because he knew he was
And
better than
that was like
everybody.
4 years into owning Facebook.
right.
He was a billionaire by 27.
That's like one of my
Not bad.
probably one of my favorite like movies. Not like popular, like crazy popular movies.
Well, I don't know how accurate it is, but it's fucking banging.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
definitely-
It's an autobiography, but like I'm sure they change everything. You know
It's
what I mean?
definitely almost accurate though. The way
But-
they like.
Okay,
come on.
I do have an attachment to it, but it's still a better movie than The King's Speech.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I wasn't arguing that. I was just saying, do you think that because it
Yes,
came off
it
of the
hits
Eddie
me
Redmayne?
more at home because I wasn't born in 1945 when some bozo from the Englands made a speech.
The Englands, all
Yeah,
the Englands.
I don't know where he was
New
from.
England, Old England.
Yeah, I'm ignorant. I don't care.
My number 3. Speaking of Forrest Gump, Gary Sinise as a supporting actor.
He won it or didn't win it.
He lost.
Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan lost to Martin Landau and Ed Wood.
Never heard of Ed Wood.
Exactly.
Okay.
So shut your face.
Okay, I thought I was in trouble for a second. I was like, don't know what you're talking about with Ed Wood.
That's confusing to
Bert,
me.
just Google Ed Wood because I never even heard of that.
So Gary Sinise, Lieutenant Dan,
Yeah, Ed Wood, the movie?
but you ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan.
Or Ed Wood, the actor?
No, the movie.
No, I have no idea.
See Ed Wood
Oh, the
available on YouTube
Oh, okay.
for
Ed
$2.99.
Never even heard of it.
Yep, 1994.
So he's a movie director in the 20s? What is this?
I don't fucking know.
What's
It
that
doesn't
word?
matter.
What's that word say? Cult filmmaker. What's before that?
Eponymous.
Click on that. Yeah, click on that word. How do you pronounce that?
Tick on it.
Hip hop anonymous.
But the fact is, this movie obviously sucks because nobody ever
Never
heard
even
of it.
Heard of it.
Martin Landau might have been good in it.
Lieutenant Dan had no
Lieutenant Dan's
fucking
Lieutenant
legs.
Dan. Right.
Lieutenant Dan, you have no legs.
But you ain't got no legs. Yeah, so how could Lieutenant Dan lose? I don't know. You tell me.
No, it's perfect. Where am I at? Number 3?
Number 3.
All right, so this is the same. Bert, I think this is 2012 or 13. So this isn't an upset. It's like the same thing as Forrest Gump generation, but There Will Be Blood lost to No Country for Old Men. Now, they are two fucking powerhouse movies.
Yeah.
Just put up There Will Be Blood. Now, this movie is 2007. Evan, get your life together. It was that early? I was in high school when that came out?
Did Daniel Day-Lewis win?
No, we graduated in
Yeah.
2009.
09.
Yeah. Have you ever seen
Daniel
Bert,
Day-Lewis?
have you ever seen There Will Be Blood? Well, Daniel Day-Lewis is like a method character where he gets into it. But this movie, a lot of dialogue, kind of slow, but he's so passionate about hating people. It's such a good movie.
Who won Best Actor that year? Do you know?
I don't know if
He
click
had
on
to be
Daniel
at least-
Day.
he
Click
had to
on
be at
Daniel
least
Day-Lewis,
nominated.
just the name, and see if he won 2007. Because here's
tell
the thing.
tell us about the movie versus.
I'm not, I'm
No
not saying
Country
he
for
got
Old Men.
snubbed because No Country for Old Men is a fucking classic.
What was this? 2007. I'll look it up too, Bert, to try to help you out.
But anyway, There Will Be Blood is like the beginning of America, where like he strikes oil in like, I don't know, 1899, 1901, somewhere around there, and it's just like his hatred, where like he wants to be like a William Randolph Hearst, like he's trying to monopolize everything. He wants to conquer everything. Like it's not just people who are like just satisfied on like, all right, you know what, I made a couple. Did he win an Oscar for it?
Yeah, he won Best
Okay.
Actor.
See, now
You
I
knew he
feel-
was going to. He always
Yeah,
wins.
Right. So now I feel bad bringing up that it was snubbed, but like, because they're just two powerhouse movies. Because you know what? I think Best Supporting Actor went to Homeboy from No Country for Old Men that same year.
Okay.
He was one of my favorite villains. Sugar.
Yeah.
Two power. I just wanted to bring them up, maybe just because they were just two powerhouses competing with each other. But There Will Be Blood, classic, and No Country for Old Men, they're just fucking phenomenal movies. Either one of them could have won, but I don't know. I just brought it up because they're fucking great.
I'm with you. So
I
that
didn't
was
explain what There Will Be Blood about that much. He just hates everybody. It's William Randolph Hearst without being William Randolph Hearst.
your number 3, right?
Mhm.
All right. So my number 2 was the fact that Goodfellas was up for Best Picture,
Yes.
and Scorsese was up for Director.
Yes.
Great movie. Again, a top of all time. I mean, maybe it's your top 10, maybe it's your top 15,
Top
whatever.
5.
But it's top 5. But it's up there for just about everybody.
Yeah. One of the greatest movies ever written.
It lost to
Go ahead.
Dances with Wolves as Best Picture
It sure did.
and Kevin Costner as Director.
Okay. Well, the reason I am shaking my head is because it's on my list. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Goodfellas came out in 1990.
Yep.
Martin
Yep.
Scorsese has had See, my 1 and 2 are kind of combined.
Stunners.
My 1 and 2 are kind of combined.
So then do your 2 and 1.
Okay,
and then
so
I'll do my 1.
I'll do my 2 is that Goodfellas lost to Dances with Wolves.
Mm-hmm.
Dances with Wolves is a 4-hour movie that is almost as boring as a King's Speech.
Almost? It's definitely more boring than
And then the fact that won and Kevin Costner was the director, shut the fuck up.
Right.
Shut the fuck up.
And I get that when it's like...
I love Native Americans. I love naked Americans just as much as anybody. Just as much as the next person. I love naked Americans. But, come on, dude. Goodfellas?
And that's what I'm saying. So, I can see the best picture, best
Show
director.
some respect for Martin Scorsese because my number 1 is combined with my number 2. Martin Scorsese did not win an Oscar to 2007 for The Departed.
Right.
And The Departed was a beautiful movie. We all know it's a great movie. But Martin Scorsese's been a director since 1960.
Yeah.
47 years. Fuck you.
And he's made
Do you
some...
want me to read off some of his movies? Raging Bull, Taxi Driver, fucking Goodfellas. Come on, I'm missing all types of shit. Martin Scorsese, dog. It's Martin Scorsese, the Aviator. Did he direct that?
Reservoir Dogs?
No, that's Quentin.
No, it's Quentin Tarantino. Fuck.
No, go on, Martin. Mean Street. Any movie that Robert De Niro has ever written. Casino. That was after Goodfellas.
He's directing The Joker, apparently. And The Irishman, which is... The Irishman was supposed to come out in, what, 2017?
I'm pretty sure De Niro and Al Pacino will be dead by the time it comes out.
Yeah. Shutter Island, Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, my God. Shutter Island is so good. That was after Departed. So everything before The Departed.
Gangs in New York.
Oh, my God. Die.
Cape Fear.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
He was there, by the way.
Cape Fear.
Shark Tale.
It's a good movie. Come on, man. Show some respect.
Yeah, so that's your number 1 that he didn't win an Oscar till.
Gangs in New York.
Yeah.
And then after The Departed, Shutter Island, banging. Wolf of Wall Street.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Leonardo DiCaprio didn't win an Oscar until like last year.
Yeah, with that stupid movie. I didn't
Reverend.
even see it.
The fucking Reverend. He was so good. The Wolf of Wall Street.
Revenant.
The Wolf of Wall Street, right there.
Yeah, I'm with you. And my number 1 is that The Dark Knight lost Best Picture to Slumdog Millionaire. Again, Dark Knight.
It's so hard to like do this and not be racist.
It doesn't matter who you are.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in India lost to Batman and the Joker. Don't fucking fuck with me like this.
Like, no matter who you are, The Dark Knight, again, like just like Goodfellas, just like Shawshank, is going to be in your top...
5.
Well...
10.
That's what I'm saying. I'm stretching it out.
Christopher Nolan
in case
is
somebody
a stud as
only
a
likes
director.
only likes rom-coms. They're still going to put Dark Knight in their top, like,
Heath
15.
Ledger at least won out of respect. And show some respect.
Right.
He should have won a 3 years straight.
Somebody would have got murdered if he didn't win. Should have won a 3 years straight on the same actor.
Just 'cause.
That same movie. Fucking phenomenal. All right, so let's go back through our top 5.
Yeah, I got to pee so bad.
Yeah.
I'm over here.
Let's hit that. And
All right, let's go.
so my 5 was that Shawshank and Pulp Fiction both lost to Forrest Gump.
Yep, I'm on the same page.
My 4 was that Jake Gyllenhaal was not even nominated for his role in Nightcrawler.
Yep.
And he would have lost to Eddie Redmayne from Theory of Everything.
Which sucked.
My number 3 was that Gary Sinise, as a supporting actor in Forrest Gump, lost
no legs.
to Martin Landau in Ed Wood.
Oh, remember Ed Wood?
My number 2 was that Goodfellas and Scorsese as a director lost to Dances with Wolves and Costner. And my number 1 was that The Dark Knight lost Best Picture to Slumdog Millionaire.
Mine was Pulp Fiction, Forrest Gump. Then I did Social Network, losing to The King's Speech. Bullshit. I don't care if I had some feelings attached to that. Then I went to...
No, it's okay that you had the feelings attached to it.
Yeah, it's my feelings. I'm in my feelings. There Will Be Blood and No Country for Old Men. That was not a snub, but that was just like a banger. Like, I just wanted to bring that up. That was like... I don't know. They were so good. That's Pacquiao Mayweather in their prime. That's Fury and Wilder. It's just a banging 1-2 punch. I love them both. Goodfellas losing over Dances with Wolves. Don't make me laugh so hard on this comedy podcast. And number 1 was Martin Scorsese getting snuffed all the way until 2007, The Departed. He had so many. Departed, he should have won for, but he also should have won for Raging Balls.
It's not even funny.
Taxi Dicker and all that. All right, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, let's hit this tea and get out of here.
Guys, we have some friends coming up. Kev Gallagher, Jenna McDevitt, TJ Lee. They're all coming in soon. If you want to be on the podcast, DM us. Say what's up. We love you guys. We're regular. We're nice people. It's a blue collar podcast.
It's a blue collar podcast.
Blue collar podcast. Everybody's allowed. Just
there you go.
Hit me up and we'll fit you in. Give us some top 5 suggestions. We love yous. Thanks for everything. We're going to have some clothes coming back out soon.
Yeah. We'll talk about it because I got some ideas and shit.
Stores, stickers. Just rip them off every bathroom you go to in this area.
And let us know where you ripped them so we can add new ones.
Thank you to Bert with the videography. He's been killing it. He's up there crushing it on YouTube.
And let's hit this tea and we
Thanks
out,
to the
son.
Producer of the year. And peace.